Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today and I'm excited to be here with you getting into my weekly check-in. I just want to take a minute to say thank you for all the new subscribers that have come to this channel. I've been putting up vlogs, just 1 minute shorts every night and on what day it is. I'm not sure what I'm putting up today. Today is the 7th of December and every day I just record a little bit and share a little bit of my life, mostly of what I'm decorating for Christmas right now, and then maybe I will be doing more stuff, different vlog style stuff as we go, but they're only 1 minute short. So thank you if you come to my channel from those. Thank you. I appreciate you coming and subscribing to the channel. So many of you. I've almost reached 500 subscribers. I would like to reach 500 subscribers. I still need a lot of watch hours. I'm at 1,600. Just to get authorized, I need 500 subscribers and I think 3,000 watch hours. And then to get monetized, if that ever happens one day, that would be amazing. And that'd be 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So if you can help in any of those areas, I would love for you to do that. If not, just do a like on the channel and on the video, and that should help with the algorithm as well. So I appreciate each and every one of you. Like I said, I'm getting into my weekly check-in, and this is the first week of December. Today is December 7th. So I do a Friday to Thursday check-in. So let me take this out. My lights are going glare. I do a Friday to Thursday check-in. And I do that because my husband's paychecks are on Fridays, and it just makes things a lot easier. So I'm going to actually pull this little note over here. I was going to buy something and I had to cancel the order, so this is not going to happen. I don't have to worry about that. Don't want to confuse you all, but I have no spend days. There was something every day, but that's okay. It's the holidays, it's Christmas, it's December. We're buying lots of things and gifts and presents and stuff. Speaking of, so I have this spending tracker. It's a little wrinkled, so I do apologize. It should be linked in the description box below. This is for Christmas spending. And I broke it up into 3 sections here, so you can do it for 3 people if you're buying multiple items, or if you just want to list out things in different groups, like different family groups. Instead of putting date, you can put their name. I shop online, so I designed it where you can either put the store or what online store you bought from. You can put a tracking number in, an amount that you purchased and shipped. This way you can track how much you're spending on who. And it's just a neat little spending tracker. So, and it's pretty and it's festive, so it's great for the holidays. So check the description box below. I think I'd also have it in my community tab. You're more than welcome to download this for free. It's a Google document, and help track your spending this holiday season. This way you can stay in budget and you have a visual representation of what you're doing. So I really like this, and I hope you enjoy it too. Now back to the budget. So I have everything laid out, and I have got my note right here with all the transactions on it, and we're just going to check them off, and we're going to calculate how much was spent this past week and where I was spending money at, and all the good things. So that's what we're going to do and check in, make sure we're still in budget for the week. I do have on the weekly check-in page here my budget amounts, and these are going to vary throughout the month. So I have a sticky note that tells me what is for each week: week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and week 5. So that is what's happening here. If this changes, the way I have it laid out shifted just because of how the pay schedule fell and all the different things. So I just did varying amounts that would make sure I have enough for each week with the weekly check-in. So today is $400 for grocery household, $150 for restaurants, $150 for miscellaneous, and then if it's on budget, it just means it's coming out of the leftover in the checking account, which would be, right now I'm showing, is this the right number? Yes, this is the right number. I confused myself. So here's the deposits, and then these two combined make how much the expenses are, and then this $1,800 was left over. So I know that's the buffer of the checking account, and not to go too far outside that range. So that is what we're doing today. Let me get my calculator here and we will get started. So the first thing I have, I'll do the calculator in a minute. First thing we have is grocery household. So pink is our grocery households. The first thing is the Meyer, which is my grocery store, and I usually get all of my groceries there. $192.72. And what's been saving me a lot of money this Christmas season is the fact that I am doing grocery pickup only, and only going in the grocery store if as necessary, nothing more. And so that's keeping me away from buying any extra cute Christmassy stuff or sales that I really don't need to buy stuff with. They just happen to be a good sale. Those aren't necessarily something you stock up and buy. It's not triggering me to get anything extra. So I really do enjoy that. Over here, I had to get a fridge filter I ordered it from Amazon. It was $52.60. This is for the water that we can get out of the refrigerator. And I wanted to make sure we had it. Basically, my refrigerator told me it needed a new filter with alerts, and then I went and ordered one, and there you go. I did it under grocery household because it's where I have the most disposable income, and I wasn't spending a lot on groceries, which is great that I didn't go in the stores to be triggered to spend a lot of money. So I had enough room in the budget to buy the filter, which was a household item in my mind because the refrigerator is part of the house. So when I buy cleaning supplies, when I buy stuff for the washer and dryer or the refrigerator or things like that, this would fall under there. The next thing I have is supplements that I bought. I bought some online supplements. So what I've done is signed up for monthly or every other month or however the frequency is, subscribe and save on my supplements that I take every month, like without fail. That way I don't have to remember to reorder them, and it should be pretty good there. So that was $10.39 for a supplement that I did a subscribe and save. Then the last one I have here is Amazon as well, and that was some particular lotion I use on my feet. I am a diabetic, type 2 diabetes, and so I buy in bulk some lotion to keep my feet healthy and not so dry. So I spent $29.67. And now I get to total this up. So let's go ahead and see how much I spent in grocery household. Okay, so I spent $285.38. So I think I did really good for this week. Not going over $400 and nowhere near $400, which is kind of nice. So I'm going to write this number down, and we will put it on the other page when we get there. So I'm just going to start with the weekly check-in, and then I'll go back and do my bills as well. So what I happen to do here, if you're new to my channel, which a lot of people are, is I calculate all these spending categories, and all my spending categories go onto a credit card, and then I pay them off once a week when I do my weekly check-in. And so that keeps me from having a balance on my credit card. It is fully paid off, and I track it meticulously, and I have a tracker back here. I don't show it very often, but I'll show you guys. I have this tracker back here, and I color code it just like I do here, but it also includes my bills. So anything that goes on the credit card, I pay it off every week. Basically all the income goes into the checking account, and it just sits there until a bill needs to be paid, and that is it. We don't use it for any spending at all because we just use a credit card to do that. But we always bring it to a zero balance every week, and that is a hard discipline to do. So I don't recommend it for everybody, but if it's something you think you can do or you know you can do, then yeah. But I wouldn't do it until you actually have your credit card paid off and have maybe used your debit card only for a few years, because that's how I did mine. I did debit card only for 2 years. And once I got in that rhythm of having it paid off and knowing how close and paying attention to how close my balances were and paying them off, knew I could pay it off weekly, then I switched to the credit card. So yeah, it took me a while, and that's fine. Take as much time as you need, but I don't think everybody can do it. But those that can, they could, if they wanted to, it'd be not a problem. All right, so restaurants. I have these 3 highlighted items here, and these are my restaurants. So I had Papa John's for $38.10. We ordered pizza one night with the boys, or on this night, my sons ordered pizza and stuff. And then my husband and I, we actually DoorDashed both of these Buffalo Wild Wings. It is expensive because we do tip with both of these. So whoever delivered it got both tips, which is fine. $38.10 and for Papa John's, and then $56.10 for Buffalo Wild Wings. Sometimes we just don't want to leave the house. It's just one of those things. And then I added Cinemark. Cinemark is a movie theater, and we bought popcorn and drinks and stuff. And my husband and I went to see the movie The Shift. It's a really good movie. We really enjoyed it. It's kind of a sci-fi movie based on the book of Job and the Bible. But regardless, I think anybody would love this movie, and it's got some great actors in it, and yeah, it was so much fun. So I had a good time with that, and that was $20.23. So easy math. 38.10, 56.10, and 23. There we go. So that's $114.43 for eating out. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. Yeah, we didn't do any other eating out. So, all right. Next thing we have is miscellaneous, which is in not necessarily this color. It's this mint green color. I'm doing my own stickers too, so that color is a little too light, but I wanted to use them up, so no problem. These I purchased from Sara Marie Stickers. That's where I get all my stickers from. So starting here with Cinemark, which was $19.30. That was our tickets for the movie that we saw. And then Amazon $66.66. And that right there is a video game I purchased for my son's birthday. He was born on Christmas Eve, so we get to celebrate 2 days of opening gifts, which is a lot of fun. But yeah, we're excited about that. The next thing I have is over here, Amazon Prime Video, $21.67. I purchased the movie Frozen. I have a little girl that I like to watch from time to time, so her parents can have a date night, and she's obsessed with the movie Frozen. And so I wanted to make sure I had it. I used to have Disney Plus, but I didn't renew my subscription this year because we weren't using it enough, and I didn't want to keep it just for the one movie or anything like that. So I decided to buy it, which is going to save us even more money, because for an annual subscription to Disney Plus, it went from $79.99 to $139.99. Just for the year. It was an entire year. And so that was pretty steep. And I was like, nope. I might subscribe to it again later in a different way, but no, I'm not doing it. But you can save on Disney Plus if you're interested in also getting Hulu Plus or Hulu and ESPN and stuff like that. So I don't know. We weren't interested in all the other stuff, so we didn't get it. The next thing I have is $44.69. So speaking of my little friend Ellie, I love that girl. She's so sweet. And she's like 3 years old, so she's at that fun age. I bought a few things from Amazon that were Frozen related toys to share with her in my house, and she took some of it home the other night, but that's okay. And just had something to play with besides the toys that she brings to my house. And so that was fun, and to give her a little gift and everything. And then Amazon here, I needed a Christmas tree topper because the one I had was this beautiful red angel tree topper. And I may use it in the future, but right now the theme of my house has changed quite a bit. The paint colors changed, and I actually have things hanging on the wall and decor, and it's very rustic looking. And right now I'm kind of into the Highland cow look. If you've ever seen a Highland cow, they're the cutest cows ever, and I'm surrounded by cattle farms. They don't have Highland cows here, but I'm surrounded by them. And so, yeah, I needed a different tree topper, so I found a star that looked rustic and thought it might look good on top. So I'm hoping this will be here pretty soon for my Christmas tree, because I have nothing on top of it, and that's okay. Oops, it's a little bright. So let's go ahead and total my miscellaneous up, and I'll be right back. All right, so miscellaneous was $169.27. Next, I have gasoline. I only have 2 purchases there. My vehicle needed gas, and that was $55.46. And then my husband's vehicle needed gas, and that was $33. He has a smaller gas tank than I do. Gas prices are down for right now, but I guarantee you, if closer to Christmas we get, the more they'll go up. So these two together are $88.46. So that's what we spent in gas, and that should last me 2 weeks on average. And I think my husband too, so we might be filling up at the same time again next time. And that's okay. We did have a copay, which is for a doctor's appointment for one of my sons. And so I paid that, and I'm budgeted. So let's see. Copay and the medical, which is the purple here. Unbudgeted is yellow. And so unbudgeted just means I didn't plan for it. It's not falling in all the other categories, and I didn't know exactly what to do with it. Now I'm trying to think, what did I buy with these? Hold on. 137.77. Oops. Oh, there. I gotta change this back. Okay, so this is a Target purchase for my nieces in Virginia. So yeah, 137. I gotta change that back. 77. Oh, I thought I made a mistake, and then I didn't. So there you go. All right, 137.77. And now I gotta change it back. So I bought clothes and toys, like those Melissa and Doug wooden toys. They're 1.5, and is she 3? Or yeah, I think she's getting ready. The oldest is getting ready to turn 3, and then the youngest is 1.5. And we just moved to where we're at 1.5 years ago. So we had to leave some behind, a precious family to us, and I bought them some Christmas gifts and some clothes, and ordered it from Target and shipped it directly to their house, which is awesome to do that way, because then I don't have to leave my house. I don't have to go to the store. I don't have to go to the post office or UPS store or anything like that. So that's pretty awesome. And then I also got something on Amazon specifically, and it was so cute. It was $24.79, and it's these magnetic building blocks kind of thing. But when their mother screenshotted me what she wanted for the kids, it was all in Spanish, the screenshot. And I was like, oh, great. Because she's from Bolivia, and so she thinks, reads, and speaks Spanish, but she speaks English very well as well. And so I'm like, I don't read Spanish. And so I had to get my translator app and then hold it up to the computer that had my text messages, and then translated exactly what the product was, so I got the right product. And it was just hilarious. So I found a workaround, so it worked. But that was $24.79, and it looked like a great product, so I'm so excited for them to see that. And then Amazon. Okay, this is another game for my son. I did this one under miscellaneous, and I guess I could, no, I think I went, because miscellaneous, yeah, it's $150. So because we were going over, budget in miscellaneous. I put it under unbudgeted because it was going to have to come out of the buffer of the checking account anyway. So that's $63.59. All right. Now, not all of these categories are in my weekly check-in page just because I don't really need to check in with them, but the ones I need to check in most are on that page, so that I want to stay in check with. So I have 137.77 plus 24.79 and 63.59. All right, that was $226.15 above and beyond what I had budgeted for those categories. I will come back to these bills at the end of the video because right now I'm only focused on the weekly check-in, and I'll set up next week as well. Hopefully I remember to do everything correctly. Okay, so I have my calculator, I have my weekly check-in, and I'm going to take these numbers and I'm going to balance them here. $400 is what I planned for grocery and household in case I did a large grocery haul, which I did not. And I'm going to subtract this $285.38, and that's $114.62. And I forgot to do this first. So that a budget of $400, I spent $285.38, and balance left is $114.62. Now my little cheat sheet over here, we're going to do this slow because it's going to throw me off. So week 2, I did budget $400 again. So I'm going to add $400 this time. In future weeks, I think it's like $350 or something like that. So now I have $514.62 available for week 2. So if I need to do a larger grocery haul, and more than likely I might because I don't have much in the fridge right now. My son's soda like exploded in the fridge, and we had to clean it out and we had to take everything out, but there was so little in there it wasn't that big a deal, so it worked out. But yeah, I need to get groceries, so that'll be happening soon. Restaurants were $150. I only spent $114.43, so $150 minus $114.43, and that gave me $35.57 left over. Now I'm going to add that, and next week I think it's the same for week 2 as week 1, so we're good there. So I'm going to add the $150. It's just week 3 and 4 are different, and week 5 are different. And that is going to be $185.57, which we might need as things get busy and we're out and about more. We might have to go out to eat a little more, and that's fine. The next thing I have is my miscellaneous category, and we know I'm over in that. So $150 minus the $169.27, and that means I'm $19.27 over. Let me find my other pen. All right, first I gotta write this down. 169.27. And in theory, this $16.95 should have gone to budgeting, but that's okay. I'll just let it go negative. And then we'll do the negative 1927. And there's that. So now I actually have negative as well. So I always budget 0 for unbudgeted. Oh, before I go on, I got to do miscellaneous. So I'm going to take the 150 minus the 1927, and that gives me 130.73. All right, so those are the categories I keep an eye on the most. And I just lowered this to compensate for that, basically borrowing week 2 money for week 1, and that works out. Unbudgeted is always 0, but this week I did have unbudgeted. It was $226.15. That it wasn't intentionally planned, but it is intentionally paid for out of the buffer of the checking account of what's left. So we made a executive decision to go ahead and pay for that out of the buffer of the checking account. There we go. And now we can move on from there. So now I want to move on to the bills. And that is here on the bill calendar. So I have a spending calendar and I have a bill calendar. They're two separate calendars because I can't put it all in one place, and that's fine. So I have highlighted in blue different things that went on the credit card. This is actually a total of two transactions that you're going to see here combined on one, so that counts as two. But we're going to go through and check these off as well. So I have Amazon Music, my husband's subscription, which is $10.59. So Dr. Odell here, our chiropractor, is $70, and that's $45 and $25. For mine is $45, my husband's is $25, and it's just because he's a veteran, and because he's a veteran, this doctor actually just does an adjustment for $25. And we appreciate him appreciating us for that. So there you go. God's Pantry is our tithe to our military retirement. And some reason I have it on a credit card. And then the Spectrum cable, internet, and phone bill also is charged on a credit card. And Paramount Plus, which is CBS. It used to be called CBS All Access, but it's called Paramount Plus now. We've had them for years, and yeah. So that was $6.99. So that's what we're paying for now. So I'm going to move this over the side, and then we are going to total these up. Okay, so we have $340.82 in bills that we need to pay as well. So now to find out how much I owe the credit card on everything that we've spent, including the bills and all the spending categories. There's nothing on the credit card that isn't right here. And this is all that's on the credit card. So breaking it down into weekly chunks of paying off is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Once the credit card's paid off, and once you commit to paying it off regularly and weekly, I think monthly would be too long because you'll swipe, and then it's going to be too big and you can't pay it off. So when you break it down into weekly chunks, I think it helps a lot to keep it paid off easier. And if you're combining it with a weekly check-in like I do, I mean, it definitely works for me. So let's go ahead and total numbers, and I'm just going to take these totals from each of the categories, and that's going to give me my final number to pay the credit card, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am showing here $1,248.51. So because my husband's paycheck goes into this checking account and just sits there and waits on me to pay the credit card, there's plenty of money there to do what I need to do. There's not a lot of movement, not a lot of transactions happening in the checking account unless it's an auto draft from our checking account, which some of our bills I set up years and years ago are auto draft there. I just never changed them, and it's fine. I think some of them, they don't like the credit card. They rather have the checking account information to auto draft them, and then that's it. That's paying the credit card. Those are the only things that really happen in the checking account. If we get extra income, it goes straight in a checking account. Or if we have a sinking fund that came out of the checking account and needed to be paid, then I transfer funds from that sinking fund savings account into my checking, and it as if it never impacted the budget. So when you're doing your budgeting, you got to figure out what works best in your style of budgeting. Do you work mainly out of a checking account? Are you one who uses your credit card to pay for your bills and your expenses and pay it off regularly? Depending on what you do and how you do it, as long as you're tracking and figuring out regularly, if not daily, weekly, and don't get too far behind, it's easy and smoother to flow with your budget, and you don't get as frustrated. I've never really been frustrated with budgeting, but I struggled in the beginning by not tracking my expenses. outside of bills. I always tracked my bills, but I never tracked like my spending. Once I started tracking my spending and doing weekly check-in, it all just clicked on how I get to control my money and my money doesn't get to control me. Spam call coming in. So anyways, that is what I have for this video. This is my budget. This is what we're paying the credit card with, and that will conclude everything we are doing today. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.